Welcome back to Chasing Purpose. Today, our message is you are built for this and you are built to last. I'm imploring you guys right now, if I didn't say this at the beginning of the show, to get your journals out, get your pens ready, your bottle of water, your wine, because we are going to get gems, darling. We're going to get gems. And I'm going to start. We're entering our Soulful Pursuits segment. And this is where we have persons come in and kind of share their journey. And I'm excited about what is about to happen in this space. Behind every strong woman is a powerful story. Today's guest has a story that is absolutely mind-blowing. Patrice J. White can be described in the following words: fearless, frank, and focused. And if you follow her on social media, I'm just like, ooh, child, I could never. A dynamic and transformative health and wellness coach that helps individuals to become the best version of themselves, physically, mentally, and emotionally, by becoming more goal results driven versus consumed by a number on the scale, which I'm currently consumed by. Guaranteeing results through her tried and tested framework. As an international fitness trainer, Patrice White is genuinely passionate about helping her clients unlock their transformational capabilities, build healthier lifestyle habits, and get closer to a better version of themselves day after day, which is so important. Patrice is a respected voice within the fitness industry, having consulted with clients from all different genres: business professionals, celebrities, government officials, and being a fitness ambassador for various corporate companies right here in Jamaica. She provides online training across different time zones and is presently training clients in over 80 countries. Let's talk to the legendary Patrice about her personal journey. Patrice, first of all, it is a mouthful. Welcome to Chasing Purpose. Now, I have been following you for some time. I do, but I also am just like, I need to get my life together. I went to an event this weekend and I danced. By the time I left the party, I was so sore, and I was saying to myself, I need to work out. My muscles need to be something. I'm all sorts of off. But anyway, we're not talking about my fitness journey right now. We're talking about Mrs. Patrice J. White. Describe Patrice before she evolved into this version of herself.
So before I become the fit version of myself, let me see. I was one who would procrastinate a lot. I was one who was lazy. Yeah, lazy. Anybody knows me from back in the bar days, they will tell you that when it comes to the person I am today, I was lazy.
Wow.
Not lazy in terms of work and work ethics, but lazy in terms of everything else. 'Cause once good day I get paid, good again always turn up. But everything else I was lazy.
Yeah.
I really didn't have a purpose for my life. I was like existing. That was a version of Patrice before I got involved in fitness and fitness now.
And I'm glad that you said that. And shared that, because a lot of us, some of us are lazy and are just coasting on what we call this autopilot, and just, year one, the first day of January, start next thing you know, it's December 31st. And we're just like, well, wait, what just happened? So it's important that you've identified that and you pushed past that, and you're gonna take us through that journey.
Okay.
Yeah. So take us through your journey from poverty to chronic depression and to now success.
We're not gonna use the word success lightly.
All right. No, because
I'm gonna knock wood. Because I'm grateful for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're giving thanks.
I thank the Lord about it every day. Growing up, I'm a product of the inner city, various inner city, not from a family background itself. So life for me was like a fairy tale life. And when I say fairy tale is, I wanted to have the life that I saw my schoolmates have.
Okay.
I wanted to have the life of where, there's that friendship with mommy and daddy. There's that friendship with the siblings. There's that friendship and that relationship with family. That I didn't have. So for me, it was just constantly existing and dreaming of having that life. So, fast forward years later, when I got pregnant, I made a promise to myself that the life I wanted as a teenager, as a child, as an early adult, is the life I'm going to have with my daughter, and the relationship I'm going to have with my daughter. Which again, knock like a wood.
Yeah.
You know, we'll argue. You know, you're going to argue left and right, but we have a very, very good, close relationship.
Awesome. Which again, very important that we're acknowledging that what we're dreaming for and coming to life, we're giving God thanks.
Yes, have to.
Right? Was there a distinguishable moment that caused you to pivot and take on a whole new mindset?
So there are different moments growing up. So it's a moment of you know, being born in the inner city, you know, struggling with poverty at different stage in life. There's the moment of, I remember I was living in Seaview Gardens, and whenever the gunshots start left, right, and center, a classmate and I at the time, you know, we were known for always diving in the tub. So my first pivotal moment then, I remember the third time we did that, I said to myself, Pat, yeah, come out of the ghetto. Yeah, come out of the ghetto, so you know the 560 subjects, some can get the Air Jamaica job or the bank job, because you're coming out and you ain't coming back here. Because I don't want to, you know, I don't want to continue living life where every time I hear a gunshot, I'm going to wonder if I'm going to be the next victim of that. So that was my first mindset moment where I was never a bright student in school. You know, some of my classmates and fellow friends from high school might say otherwise. Cause you know, I did really well in CXC, but I'm a good swatter. So guys, we know somehow they still have me up. No, we never bright. We just know if I swat the thing. It's only accounts alone with the bright, and I'm still bright, you know. So, you know, my first mindset then was I must come out of the inner city, and the only way to come out of the inner city is by ensuring that I got at least that 560 subjects, because my immediate ambition then was to land the job at Air Jamaica or the bank job. Okay, you know, that was what you saw as success as somebody that was living in the inner city then. My second mindset shift now came where I was no longer at Seaview Gardens. I was living in Kencott. And then I became the product of my area leader, you know, sexual assault repeatedly. You understand me? So, and then, you know, that gear was kicked forward into another gear in terms of, yo, Pat, it have to happen. And then, you know, I was staying with family at the time, and, you know, when I was supposed to pay for my CXC subjects, you know, my family members stole that money. And when I went to Alpha Tree Police Station, because I reported them, I end up outside, meaning I was kicked out. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So for me,
so this is your family.
Yeah, this
they stole
family.
From you.
Yeah.
And then put you out.
Yeah, because I reported them.
Interesting.
You know, for me at the time, I was looking at, you know, this is to pay for my 6C exams. You understand me? I wasn't even thinking that I would have been put out after.
Right? No, of course. Like,
that never crossed my mind, but trust me, I had to catch with friends after.
Whoa.
But that kicked now the success mindset. You know, I was now driven by anger. I was angry in terms of the blow that life have given me. You know, I didn't ask to be born in this life. You know, I want the life that I see my classmates with, fellow schoolmates with, etc. And I'm trying to move from step 1 to step 2, and it's like I'm coming back to step 0. You understand me? So I'm now driven by anger. Anger was fueling me, pushing me to ensure that anything it is that I become, I am successful in. You understand me?
So we're okay. We wanted to move out of the ghetto. So we put things in motion.
We put things in motion.
We
which
move
is
from there. So and
I have to make sure I'm educated in terms of what is on paper.
We're now educated, but then we get caught up with the area leader, and then we now thinking the persons that are supposed to care and protect us has now turned their back on us.
That's just family. It's all a part of life, eh?
It
is what it is.
But mindset, but through it all, you had a mindset of wanting better for Patrice.
I had a mindset of wanting better for Patrice because I need to get out of what my present situation is. So what I have driving me even to this date, to this day, and even when I have conversations with persons, even to this day, and when I say conversations, I don't mean about me or my situation. So I have a lot of talks with persons who are from my background. I try to mentor girls who they were the Patrice, and now they are the Patrice now.
Yeah.
And I'll say to them, and this is a mantra of mine, it's a mantra of mine, you have no control over your current situation, but you have control of the path and the direction in which you go.
You absolutely do.
So this is what I use, even when I have those bad days and I get up, life is not really where I want it to be. It's not what I want it to be, but I have control of the life I want.
Yeah. Which
You
is an important message. Bridge Nation, if you're listening to what Patrice is saying, you have the control to position yourself in the life that you want. And the current situation may not be ideal, but having the mindset that you have that control to change, you have that. It's a choice, It's a choice, and you have a choice, and you can choose to want better. As Patrice wanted better, she wanted to change her situation, and she did. We're gonna jump to a quick commercial break. When we come back, more with Patrice J. right here on Chasing Purpose. Welcome back to Chasing Purpose. We are talking about just what I'm hearing is resilience in this story. We are joined by Patrice J. White, and we're talking about going through things, being built to go through things. Before going to the break, you were talking about mindset and your mindset to push through, your mindset to want to change your environs, your mindset to want to move away from what you are going through, your mindset for wanting better for yourself. Why is mindset so important, do you think?
It sets the tone of your day. It sets the tone of your life. So, if life keeps giving you those negative blows and you keep waking up each day and you're in that negative mindset and you're already in the mindset of giving up. No matter what comes in your life positively, you'll never be appreciative of it. You'll never find someone who's grateful for life that's miserable. Because misery and gratitude is not in the same sentence. You never find it in the same sentence.
No.
So you have to start your day positive to set that tone for the rest of the day. So whatever blessings it is that you're supposed to get, you will receive it with open arms. When I say life pretty, it's rough sometimes, you get where I'm coming from, but we have life. And once you have life, everything else is irrelevant.
Once you have life, everything else is irrelevant. A lot of us stay stuck in this woe is me and why is this happening to me, Lord? But as Patrice said, that mindset of setting the tone for, and what just stuck to me is setting the tone for your day. We talk about setting the tone for your life, but just for your day. You woke up this morning. Give God thanks for that. No matter what you're going through, you wherever you are right now, you can push through. See Patrice sitting beside me here now, with what she would have been born into and what she would have went through in her life. You never know. Other persons didn't make it out, but see, she's sitting here. She knew that changing her mindset would have been, and her environment would have been the key to where her success, knock wood, and continued success is. How do you find the strength to push through?
The strength to push through daily is my daughter now. So you remember before I had her, my strength to push through was I was very bitter and angry. I was very bitter and angry. I'm on this path of I must be successful. But you being successful don't mean that you're going to be happy. If you get where I'm coming from.
Yes.
So
that
a
lot of successful people are not
exactly.
happy.
So that was my my motivation. That was the straws grasping off in terms of getting through. But since having her, and the more the older she gets, and our relationship and what we have, what we share, she is that tool, that motivation tool for me, of pushing through daily, because I'm also on the path of. I'm from what you'd call generational curse with a lot of things, with with family, with education, a lot of different things, finances, etc. And I'm on the path of I want to start a generational wealth legacy for my daughter. You understand me? How do I start a generational wealth legacy? I can't still be bitter at life. I can't still be upset of where I'm coming from. I have to break that barrier. You understand me? To ensure that whatever it is that I'm building with her is wealth. So wealth in terms of everything it is that carry forward, in terms of, you know, the educational aspect that I was never privy to when I was her age, you know, the lifestyle aspect that I was never privy to when I was her age. We as a society, we celebrate struggle.
Yes.
We celebrate struggle, and we love the success story where I come from struggle. Because if it not have like a struggle behind it, you know, sell a good, you know, sell good book, you know, make good TV, you know, make, you know, get likes.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? For her, I am trying to break that struggle. Don't celebrate struggle.
No.
You have to enjoy life.
Enjoy life and normalize.
Normalize success.
Normalize success.
Without it being attached to struggling.
Yes, exactly. Normalize just being. Normalize doing good. Normalize that the growth mindset. Normalize all things good. There's going to be struggle. Life is not always butterflies and glitter. However, we don't have to dwell in it. We don't have to be steeped in it. And a lot of us are just steeped in it and can't find our way out. But and I love that. Normalize just doing, having it and celebrating it, breaking that
and
generational
be
wealth.
Be proud of what you have achieved without someone trying to tear you down. Like, oh, she never struggled, forget it, man. Which, you know, is that hand me down? And no.
Well, again, that's mindset too.
It is a mindset.
It's
a mindset of the past.
Yeah. So it's a past mindset. It's a scarcity mindset. We need to go into an abundance mindset that is so important for us to be moving forward. Patrice, what are you most proud of yourself for this year?
Well, 2022 has been it's a good year for me, career-wise. Personally, those in my inner circle know it is one of the worst years for me personally.
Really?
So I'm proud of myself for the fact that I'm still able to get up and show up each day. There are days when I show up, and after showing up, I'm in tears.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
And that's why mindset is very important, because I now have to put myself in that mindset that, hey, Pat, your happiness comes first.
Yeah.
You understand me? For the last 2 years, the world have seen so many deaths around it. And it's not, yes, 90% of those deaths are COVID-related deaths. 10% are, other normal life deaths. But because of COVID, it has brought to the forefront grief and what death is. And I've seen persons who are close to me that have experienced family members not making it through, etc. So, it doesn't matter what it is that I'm going through personally. I now decide that, hey, I need to be strong because I am a strong individual. I need to be strong personally, just as though I am strong career-wise. Career-wise, nothing can shake me. So if career-wise nothing can shake me, personally, whatever storm I'm going through right now is just short-term storm.
Yes, it's just
my 2023 is going to be perfect.
Yes. And thank you for sharing, right? Because a lot of us, especially those that are, successful career-wise, we don't share that. Look, when I take off my professional hat and I go home, I'm just a mess. I don't know. I'm in tears. I just don't understand why certain things are reaching me personally. And there's so many of us that are suffering in silence, the strong ones.
That's why it's good to have a support.
Yes.
Like I have 2 girlfriends, so I have close friendships, and my close friendships, they're like who I call my family.
Yeah.
And I have 2 girlfriends that don't live in Jamaica. One live in Florida, one live in New York. And let me tell you, man, you would think that these girls live here because you ever hear the saying that when you're going through the fire, that's when you know who's in your corner, who's not in your corner.
Absolutely.
And let me tell you, man, I have a lot of close relationships, friendships, And just going through what I'm going through, it has shown me which of my friends are the ones who I'd really want to be down there with me.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones who will be in your corner.
And that's too is important,
Yeah.
ladies and gents out there, knowing who is in your corner. A lot of people are there cheering and clapping for you, but really do not want to see you win. So it's good that you could identify
Yeah, man.
those
Love them
persons and
like a
identify
fool.
those who are not those persons. It's important that we know who our tribe is, who our community is, who our support systems are. What has been the biggest lesson learned on your journey?
The biggest lesson learned on my journey is be kind to people.
So important.
Yeah, man. Be kind to people.
So
It doesn't
important.
matter. It doesn't matter where you are in life. Be kind to people.
Absolutely.
I've seen that. I've seen my blessings come from that over and over and over again. You know, the kindness that I'll show to different persons. At the time when you need something, you know, and you're expecting to like pay for it financially or whatever, and the person will be like, no, it's okay, I got you. I remember when you did this for me and and you just doing it wasn't doing it because
For return.
you're looking
You weren't-
for return
exactly,
favors. You
exactly,
understand me?
exactly.
So it's being kind to people, and I'm seeing that right now. That blessing being transferred to my daughter.
I was just going to say it's a seed that you're planting within.
Yeah, man, I'm seeing it. It's being transferred to my daughter.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
You know, so yeah.
That's awesome. Looking back, do you have any regrets?
I would not say that. You know why? For each stage of my life, each blow of my life, it makes me who I am
Yes.
going forward.
Yeah.
So you know, you have childhood part, teenage part that makes her what you'd call the go-getter, aggressive businesswoman that she was in her 20s, 30s. You know, I entered a bar space, an industry, an entertainment element of an industry that is a male-dominated industry. If my childhood, or it is that, you know, the blows that life dealt me that caused me to become that coarse individual, if life didn't give me that blow, I would not have been able to manage that space as how I manage it as a female in a male-dominated space. Because I have that strength. You understand? You come at me,
went through
a
it.
two-lion at
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Then now, from that element, from the bar industry, in terms of, you know, when, you know, I ended that life, and I wanted a new life. When I did a full 360 where career was concerned, the business element of Pat from that lifestyle brought forward to make Pat the better person that she is business-wise in this lifestyle, because now we're entering the realm of digital, social, stuff like that, etc.
Yes.
I am, because my background, you know, I have that business background, I am better able to negotiate deals in terms
Because
of
of
brands.
what you would have been
exactly,
through before,
brands that I work with, stuff like that, etc. Which has put me at an advantage over other persons who are in the fitness arena. So you're in the fitness arena, you're a trainer, you're doing your gym, you're training, etc. But then you're trying to transition also into the realm of where you're a brand, and you're kind of stuck, you don't know how to do it, etc. But because I have that business background in terms of the other business that I was in, I'm better, you know, I'm like 2 steps ahead of them in terms of
you're better equipped.
Yeah, in terms
because of
how to
what
do
you went
that.
through.
Exactly.
What would you tell 16-year-old Pat today?
I would have, what would I have said to 16-year-old Pat is, Pat, the minute you can afford therapy, go and get therapy.
That's a big one. And a lot of us do not, especially in this culture, do not see therapy as something as positive, right? It was in my going by my household.
And I'll give you a reason. So, and this reason I'm going to give you is a personal reason, and it goes back to why people are afraid of having conversations because they don't know who they can trust.
Yeah.
So before COVID, mental health was a taboo subject. It was a taboo topic.
Yes.
I remember even before COVID started a mental health school tour, and we started a school tour that we're in the schools having conversations about mental health.
Yeah.
And it came from my personal struggles with mental health. I tried committing suicide twice.
Okay.
Even as an adult. So it comes with my personal, personal issue where that is concerned. That's how the tour was started. And, we were even having the conversations in corporate offices, etc. And then COVID came and, the tour stopped. When COVID came, persons know, with all the lockdowns and stuff like that, we had no choice but to start having mental health conversations without the taboo-ness that's attached to it.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Now, when somebody commits suicide, because they can no longer deal with whatever struggle it is that they're going through in life, or the illness that they're dealing with under the mental health umbrella, we are always the ones to jump up. When I say we, I mean society as a whole. If me did know why Pat never reach out to me and ask for help and etc. But when you have somebody that you can trust, like in my case, in 2020, I saw a psychologist in 2020 in the privacy of my home in 2020. You understand me? So if I'm seeing a therapist and I see you in the privacy of my home and it's a therapist client situation, you understand me?
Yeah.
In 2022, I should not see a letter that you, the therapist, have done to give to somebody that's close to me. You get where I'm coming from? Speaking about my mental condition when you saw me. And these are the reason why persons will deal with their issues personally than go to somebody and go to even the professionals to have conversations. They don't trust them.
So what do you do now when that something like that surfaces? When you saw that letter, when you heard about the letter, what did you do?
So when I saw that letter, you have bodies that deal with stuff.
Yeah.
So you go to the body that deals with that to deal with the person itself. But I knew. So, I think I did like probably 1 or 2 sessions with a therapist in 2020.
And you just in your home?
In my home. But, I didn't know the therapist was kind of shaky.
Oh.
Because in 2020 when I had the session with the therapist, I think it's like 1 or 2, I don't remember. I remember a client of mine telling me back something that she heard from my session. There's no way you can tell me back something that you heard from my session unless you heard it from my therapist.
Yeah.
So she was having a conversation with me, not realizing the damage the conversation is doing. If you get where I'm coming from, because I know in order for you to have the level of conversation you're having with me,
you would have.
It's not a hearsay you're hearing from somebody. It is a conversation that my therapist. I stopped seeing that therapist then.
Yes, rightfully so.
Yeah, I stopped seeing that therapist.
Shame
then.
on whoever you are. Like, how could you?
And then 2 years later, so if it was just my brain acting in overdrive at the time, 2 years later it showed me that my brain wasn't acting in overtime. So when you see persons with mental health issues and they're afraid of seeking help, guys, it's not a case that they're afraid of seeking help. Most times they don't know who to trust.
Yeah.
Now, if I had trust issues, I would just shut down therapy on the whole.
Yeah, but thank God that you
understand me? But thank God I have a wonderful therapist.
Yeah.
It's a company I recommend left, right, and center. Anybody
who do tell?
T3, Sonia Winter, T3
therapist,
Sonia Winter.
Yes.
Yeah, man, T3 therapist, Sonia Winter.
Yes.
Anybody, people reach out to me every day, and I'm like,
her
so
right
Instagram
away.
page,
Yeah.
To the point, even on Saturday when I called her about somebody, I said, I'm going to give the person a number now. This is somebody I know good. I'm going to give the person a number. And I even said to the person, just in case she says she book out, just call me, so me just... You understand me? I said, let me explain to her the importance.
Yeah. And you know what? Persons here in Jamaica and in the diaspora, it's an issue where we feel we can't share because we're scared of it's going to come back to us. We're going to be judged for it, or whatever. We have to do better. Or
society.
Also, how society is going to handle it.
When I go on my platform and I speak about mental health, persons will come into my DM, Pat, this don't look good for your brand, don't have the conversation.
Why not?
Yeah, man.
And why? But that person has their own issues. But it's important to share. It's important that you find someone that you can trust.
Yeah, you can trust. Do
Don't
your
just
research, guys. Do your research.
Don't just go jump into any
research.
relationship. Do your research when it comes on to. We have had Sonia on, and
man, she's good.
She's good. What she gave me in that that hour that we had her was very eye opening.
Yeah, man.
I too have sought therapy. It's very important, especially if you're going through mental illness, that you speak to someone. But she was good. So we big up Tea Tree, right?
Tea Tree
therapy.
And you don't necessarily have to be suffering from
no
the illness, because
no.
I have my daughter in therapy and I don't have her in therapy because she needs therapy.
Yeah.
You get where I'm coming from?
Though.
Remember, I tell her that I'm very, 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 very driven.
Tea house therapy. Tea house. Yeah.
I'm very driven in terms of breaking generational curse.
Yes, we're breaking
so part
chains.
of breaking generational curse is to make sure that it's when it comes to my daughter and her mind and her mindset, you understand me? That thing right.
You know what? We're not even thinking about. We're thinking about ourselves. We're not even thinking about our kids. That's important.
No man, my daughter, she's my world. So everything about her is right.
Brilliant.
She just
brilliant.
Make sure she don't put me in old people when time get old. You understand me? But yeah,
little
so
miss.
yeah, man. So you understand me? It's just to make sure, and then even by having them into therapy, then they themselves might realize that there's things that they need to navigate through.
Yeah. And then you're strengthening them up for when they reach certain situations that they can help.
And they
can help them, and they don't break.
Yeah. They don't break. Because this generation is very fragile, and they're not like me and you.
No, right. And then we're also not like our parents.
Yeah, they're not built.
Yes,
they're not built for the world. So we have to make sure that
we do have to fortify them.
Exactly.
Yes. So very important. What are some of the causes that you now advocate for?
Mental health. So I'm a big advocate where that is concerned. I'm also for homes. I'm also for homes in terms of girls' homes. So like Homestead Place of Safety, they're no longer girls' home because they have they have some boys there now. So Homestead Place of Safety is a big project of mine.
Yeah, Homestead
Place of Safety. They're in Stony Hill.
Okay.
Anything it is that I do, sometimes even if persons will invite me to do speeches and stuff for them, and I'll say to them, I'll do it for you for free. I just want you to give my girls this.
Okay.
You get where I'm coming from? I met these girls on my school tour. So I remember somebody reached out to me and asked me if I could include Homestead Place of Safety on the tour stop. And when I went there, I saw myself. I saw some young ladies, not all of them. I saw some young ladies who were angry, who were bitter, who had just given up on life.
Wow.
Remember, these are girls that are placed there not because they're what you call bad products of society. They are girls that are placed there for safety purposes also.
Yeah.
They have nowhere else to go. So it's a mixture of, different, reasons why they're there. You understand me? But whatever the reason it is that they're placed there, some of them have given up on life. And I remember in that first meeting, I had to have a conversation with them, a very frank conversation, which started out, guys, I'm one of you guys.
Yeah.
I am what statistics says that when I reach 19, I'm supposed to have 30 kids by 25 different baby fathers. We exaggerate the numbers.
But this is reality.
You understand me?
Yeah.
And I prove society wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. And
so right now, you understand me? Right now, we don't have no control of what going on.
Yeah.
But you ladies have control of what you're going to do.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, if you continue thinking negatively and playing to and feeding into what our society wants you to turn
those
out,
ideals,
you're going to turn out how society wants you to turn out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I remember when we finished the tour conversations, etc., I went to the manager and I said to her, how can I get involved?
Yeah. Well, let's put it out there. Bridge Nation, I am asking Miss Patrice Wright if she can join us next week Thursday at our Make a Child Smile Give Back at Maxfield Park.
Okay.
Just to come bless the I'm putting her on the spot,
Yes,
Bridge Nation.
yes.
I'm putting her on the spot.
I'll come.
It is important. It is absolutely important that we are reaching out to our youth and showing them that no matter where you are right now, no matter where the beginning of where your life started, where you are in the middle, that your end does not have to be about sorrow, about what society wants for you. No, your mindset is everything. And it's so important that we also let them know that they already have what they need. They're already gifted with it. It is just for maybe somebody like a Patrice to unearth it.
Yeah.
You know, somebody like a Patrice to unearth it. So please tell us that 2022, the school tours are coming back.
2023, the school tours.
Yeah, 2022, done.
So the school tours are definitely coming back in 2023.
Awesome.
Because we realized that it is something that was needed when you were doing it,
and still is.
It still is needed. But we're bringing back the school tours also with not just doing the tours, but also doing what's the next step after the tour. So these are going to be the next steps after the tour. So you have. I remember when we went into a high school. In one of the inner city here in Kingston, and at that high school, one of the I don't want to go too much in detail, but one of the student leadership, let's use that as an example. I remember she coming to me after the tour, when we're doing refreshments, etc., whatever, and she broke down in tears. She could resonate with what it is that I was saying, because she's presently going through the same thing in the inner city, going through her same abuse, stuff like that, etc. And we were able to align her with a therapist. She didn't want to have the conversations at school because guidance counselor, etc. And we aligned her with a therapist where we actually took care of her therapy bill for 6 months.
Wow.
You understand me?
That's a
so
big deal.
what we want is not just to have the conversations. We want next step.
Yeah, we want to put actions
in place, etc.
Yeah.
So persons are better able and better equipped, and also believe that they can get help for whatever it is that they're going through.
Why do you think it's so important to share your story?
So too often we're given platforms we're given platforms and we use it for the wrong thing. I have a platform. So my biggest platform is Instagram. And what I realize is we as a society, we're now living in a digital era.
Age,
And what is important to us living in this era is sharing things for likes. So, as we hear any negativity about somebody, whether it is true, yes or no.
Yeah. We've forwarded it. We've
forwarded it. I'm in WhatsApp group right now where I'll see things like this, happen, and I speak out against it. Because sometimes it's been shared by the same said persons who are your friends. You understand me? So, I see it every single day where we're so consumed with sharing negativity, where if the same person, something good happened to that person, you would never share it on your platform.
Nope.
So I decide that my platform is going to be used for what God is has now have me living my purpose for. Remember, I 2 times I plan to kill myself, 2 times, and if I kill myself, more than a year taught my story.
How did you walk through that?
So the first time when it happened, I was gonna drive out, do it, etc. I called a friend, you know what I'm saying? And it was just having that conversation right there.
Wow.
It is something that shaked my daughter up, because she also had called my daughter and said, no matter what, don't make mommy drive out.
Okay.
And I remember the next day, I wake to a message from my daughter, to a WhatsApp from my daughter, because I wasn't the one who carried her to school.
Okay.
And she said to me that, she didn't want to go to school today, because at the time she was at Immaculate. When you're at school, his cell phone has to be off.
Okay.
So she didn't want to go to school today because she doesn't want, when school ends and she turns on her cell phone, she's reading a message that her mother is not here. So when that happened in
was that?
so that happened in 2018, which led to the school tour starting. That's how the school tour started. That was when I'm like, no, Pat, yeah, struggle with this thing for too long. No shame tree not take you.
No.
You know, care about nobody, whatever. You understand me? Because I'm the person who will sit in front of you as a therapist and look upon me, I look upon you and come and talk. I'm like, oh, you can't tell me I know about myself type of vibe.
Yeah.
But I realized that I cannot put my daughter through that. My friend also 2 weeks later sent me a long email. You understand me? And I realized that it was selfish of me to be putting persons who love me through that.
We don't think
So you know,
about
we
that.
start. You start get the help that you
Yeah.
need. You know, the second time now when that happened, fortunately for me, my daughter saw. She saw the spiraling signs and she knew.
Wow.
So even though me are the mother, you get where I'm coming from. She kind of
She's
my
your
mommy
guardian
too.
angel. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I now realize that I just have to make sure that no matter what life dealt me, blues life is whatever, my life is more important.
Yes.
It's a everyday learning thing. It's not something I'm overnight.
It is.
It's a everyday learning thing,
is.
but I'm living with it each day.
Yeah.
And this is why I don't, no matter what, I don't have in my space anything negative.
Yes.
You understand me? If somebody shares something, you know, people are forward, whatever.
Yeah. Quickly delete. Quickly, same.
Not even
Quickly.
only delete. I start observe you. If you send me 3 of them forward there, I'm gonna put your point. My block button fast enough.
Fast.
I don't
Quick,
want
quick,
in
quick.
the space.
Yes, no, but it's
'Cause,
so true.
you know, I'm already dealing with my own stuff.
Yeah.
I don't
to
want
take on
you-
somebody else's.
exactly, I
Yeah,
don't
it's
want you in my
compounding. I
space.
agree.
But what I do realize is that persons will see people on social media happy every day.
Yeah, and not knowing
And not
when
knowing
camera
that
off
they're
and
really
off.
not happy.
Yeah.
So for me, like for the last 2 years, I also had a medical issue that I was dealing with. And because I was dealing with that medical issue, again, my clients, one thing, you know, is when it comes to work, and once I'm doing something that I love doing, I'll put myself last. So my clients see me turning up every day.
Yeah, which is important.
But inside, I was so unhappy, you know.
But it's important that you're turning up every day for professionally, but personally also, we want to send a message that we also want to be turning up for ourselves in that when we're behind, when the doors are closed, right? Behind closed doors. That's very important. When we come back, I really hope that you guys are taking heed, because I am being filled by my conversation by Patrice. We're going to jump to a quick commercial break. More when we come back. Welcome back to Chasing Purpose. Look, I mean, I again hope that you guys are being filled. I certainly am. We're having some off mic conversation, behind the scene conversations, and just wow, Patrice, I thank you for sharing, for being open and being candid. I didn't hear that. Say it again, Dominique. I didn't hear you. But oh, okay. I am grateful that you are talking about, sharing about your experiences through life. It's going to fill someone. I know it certainly is benefiting me. What are some ways you celebrate yourself now?
Oh, girl, I'm on a plane. So one of the promises I made to myself when Michaela left for college was, for the last 19 years of my life, at the time she was 18, for the last 18 years of my life is all about her.
Dedicated to her, right?
Yeah, it's all about her, dedicated to her, etc. Anything it is that I want to do, I'm now going to do it. I don't have her at home.
Yes.
She's in college. You
Yes.
understand me? So if you look on my social media page, every month me gone.
Yes. Oh, that's awesome.
So
That's awesome. That's a blessing.
I always wanted to do Dubai. I promised her that we would do it together. So we
Nice.
did that. We did that
Oh,
when
nice.
she came out, when she came on school break. But everything that is on my bucket list that I've not done via running, because I also run. So whenever I'm doing a marathon, I choose countries that I've never been to those marathons. That would be a runcation for me.
Oh,
So
I've never heard of it. I'm
Yes.
today years old when I heard about a runcation.
Yes. So I now decided that for 2022, I'm not only going to be doing countries just to run. You understand me? I'm going to be doing the touristy stuff. I'm going to be enjoying life.
Enjoying life. Because it's fleeting. It's short.
Because I remember I wasn't enjoying life. I was just
Yeah.
existing. So now I'm just going to be
Wow.
enjoying life
What a
and
blessing.
truly enjoying life.
What a
So
blessing.
that's what I've been doing it for me.
For you.
Yeah.
What a blessing. And look here now, she a glory now, she a go along with herself in a Bridge Nation. Oh my goodness. Let's talk about the fitness side of Patrice, because right now I'm wearing an oversized shirt because honey, the waistline is waistlining. What in the holiday season, you know, everybody's gonna be intaking everything. What are you telling everybody as far as moderation? What is it that we should be doing?
All right. So it makes no sense for the persons who have been working out for the entire year for you to be working out and you can't enjoy Christmas. Come on. Where else can you do Christmas best
Yes.
than
Yes.
being in Jamaica and being a
One.
Jamaican?
Yes.
You understand me? So what I say to my clients is, you're going to do everything in moderation. You understand what I'm saying? If you're the party person who's going to go out in the night, party, drink, etc., you understand me? Then make sure that you start your day where you're doing your meals healthy in moderation.
Okay.
So you're still able to, you know, partake in the festivities when you go out with your friends. You're not going to be ODing the festivities also. So like for me, I'm a wine drinker. You understand me? When I'm drinking wine, I can easily box down 1-2 buckle for the night.
Yeah.
So what I will do is when I go out, because I'm in work mode, as you say, you realize that the people come with me.
Yes. Yes. They're in the studio
My
right
team is
now.
in the studio right now. When I leave here, I have to go back to work. So because I'm in work mode for the entire December, I'm still going to go out and enjoy my glass of wine, but it's not going to be a 1-2 buckle. It's going to be like a 2 glass max.
Okay.
Or if I'm doing whiskey, for whiskey now, you
So
know, say,
boundaries.
after I got 3 cup, you know, I have to have my designated driver. You understand what I say? So it's about moderation.
Yeah.
Then now, guys, one of the biggest thing persons do is, because it's a festive season and you know you're doing the parties back to back and you have the family and friends at home, etc., you all forget about the lifestyle. You get up, we're not saying that you're going to get up at 5-6 o'clock like you normally do and move, you understand me? But find some time during the day to the movement.
Okay.
And if you have guests staying at home, you also include them in it.
Yeah, that's
School
a good
is
tip.
out. School
Yeah.
is out for the
Get
kids. You
involved.
also include them in it.
Yeah, it's
We
a
have
good
a
tip.
long holiday weekend this year. We have
Yes.
what, Monday, Friday, Saturday,
Saturday,
Sunday,
Sunday,
Monday.
Monday. Yeah, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So
So
during
do
the
something.
day, you can do something. So
Okay,
you still
that's
can
fair.
enjoy yourself and do something.
That's fair. That's fair. That is fair. See, you not only got gems, you also got tips for the holiday season. We're gonna have to have Patrice back on the show come January morning, because after we done do all the things during the holiday, we now need to get ourselves together.
Yeah, man.
Patrice, where can our followers find you?
On Instagram at Patrice J. White.
Patrice J.
J. White,
And
yeah.
that's where you can actually follow, because when I do follow, I get down and do some of the things that you yell at your clients about. Like, I'm there. I am there. Patrice, thank you
You're
for
welcome.
being open, for being honest, for being candid, for being you, for that mindset to break the generational chain and just continue doing what you do. We wish you all the best in this season.
Thank you. Can I say something before we leave?
Yes.
I just want to say something quickly. And I think it's important to bring it up because somebody had actually asked me the question right before I come here. So somebody DM'd me saying to me, Pat, how do you get this relationship with your daughter? And I responded to the person where I said, boy, I'm not the world's perfect mom. So the only thing I can say to you, which is what I'm going to say to everybody, is, guys, make sure that your kids, your children are comfortable speaking to you.
Is so important.
Having
It
open
is so
conversations with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why Michaela and I have that dynamic that we have.
Yeah.
It's something from she's growing up and, have little sense, start can make 1-2
Yeah.
things out of. I'm like, it doesn't matter what I say to you, what I want you to do, who I want you to become. Be honest with me. Have open conversations.
important.
If your kids are afraid of having open conversations with you, they're going to be having it with the wrong person.
Yes, and they're gonna.
And you don't want them to be having that conversation with the wrong
else
person.
to give you a narrative. That's
Oh, we
so
carry
true.
them for 9 months,
Yeah, it's
you understand
Patrice,
me?
you are so spot on. Spot
Make
on.
sure.
Spot on.
So, again, I'm not the world's best mom, You understand me?
No one is perfect.
But
Neither am I. No one is perfect.
Just
But
by
that
having
communication-
open conversations
Yeah.
with her,
Yeah.
you know, I realized that it makes us naturally
Yeah.
having the type of relationship and friendship outside a mommy-daughter
Yeah.
business easy and natural for us to do.
Simple, just like that. And that's how we're going to close today's show. As always, wishing you love, light, and purpose. Up next, Mr. Golding with Jamaica Live.